High flexion knee.
High flexion. What does it mean?
Well, the word flexion technically means bending. High flexion means deep knee bending. In our society, we need deep knee bending because of our cultural traditions as well as our lifestyle. For a climbing upstairs, we need around 90 degrees of knee bending. For climbing downstairs, we need 95 degrees of knee bending. And for sitting cross-legged, we need around 120 to 130 degrees of knee bending. So this is achieved with technique, good pain control, and the designs. The high flexion knee design allows for deeper knee bending, and presently we have something called rotating platform high flexion knee, wherein the tibia, the insert, one of the components, it rotates and mimics the natural knee movement. So there are 2 degrees of freedom. One is flexion extension and another is rotation. This is known as rotating platform high flexion knee. This enables a person to sit on ground and to sit cross-legged. Although sitting on ground should not be done routinely.
What is the role of implants design?
Well, implant designs is one of the factors which determine the amount of knee bending. The other factors being surgical technique, which is also of equal paramount importance. Presently, we have rotating platform high flexion knees. What it means is that this is a rotating platform high flexion knee. This is the femoral component. The knee bends like this in flexion and extension. Along with this, to promote knee bending, deep knee bending, it can rotate also to allow, because a natural knee, once it goes and bends, goes into deep knee bending, it rotates internally, which is known as internal rotation. So this rotating platform high flexion knee design mimics the natural knee more, and it allows for deep knee bending to allow activities like sitting cross-legged on bed or even on ground.
Is it only about implant design?
No, amount of knee bending or knee flexion is not only about implant design. The single most important factor which may determine the amount of knee bending after surgery is the amount of knee bending before surgery. Suppose if somebody's knee have been stiff for several years before knee replacement surgery, their knee is expected to bend slightly less even after the knee replacement surgery. If a person's knee is bending sufficiently and normally before knee replacement surgery, his or her knee is expected to bend more even after knee replacement surgery. So one of the factors which determine the amount of knee bending or knee flexion before knee replacement surgery is after the knee replacement surgery is actually the amount of knee bending which was there before the knee replacement surgery. Because in knee replacement surgery we are resurfacing or replacing the diseased cartilage, but we are not doing anything to the soft tissue envelope which is formed by the quadriceps muscles and the ligaments. So a stiffness which has been there for several years before the surgery will restrict the full range of movement even after the surgery. So to summarize, one of the biggest factor which determines the amount of knee bending after surgery is the actual knee bending before surgery. Along with that, the surgical technique to promote knee bending and implant design also play a role in deep knee bending.
What is the role of pain management in high flexion?
Well, the amount of knee bending, as we discussed, depends also on keeping the whole post-operative period, the time after surgery, by keeping it absolutely painless. Now, if we are able to keep the knee painless after surgery, the knee bends spontaneously on its own without much effort. So, painless surgery, pain control modalities, and pain management also determine to a large extent the amount of knee flexion or knee bending.
What is the role of physiotherapy in high flexion?
Well, physiotherapy or exercises enhance, promote the knee bending. But one thing that we must remember is that we should not do exercises over pain. We should not do exercises if there is pain. If there is pain, that creates a reflex muscle inhibition. And if we try to force knee bending in that period, it may even increase the pain. So physiotherapy and always promotes a higher degree of knee bending, but it should be done at favorable time.
What is the single most important factor determining high flexion?
For me, the single most important factor which would determine the high flexion are two things. One is, although both of them are equally important, one is surgical technique and the amount of knee bending that was there before surgery. If somebody's knee is very stiff over the years before surgery, the knee will bend lesser after surgery also, even if you put a high flexion design.
What are the activities allowed by high flexion?
Well, a high flexion knee allows for climbing stairs up and down. It allows for cycling. It allows a person to sit cross-legged on bed and occasionally on ground also. But sitting on ground should not be done routinely because that stresses the implant. Other than that, a person can do yoga, person can do meditation and sit cross-legged on the bed after a high flexion knee.
Is the high flexion most important factor?
Well, high flexion is not the single most important factor for a knee replacement. As we discussed, that the single most important factor after a knee replacement surgery is to gain stability, painlessness and balance. And the minimal amount of knee flexion that is required is 95 degree. Although high flexion knee promotes to around 120, 130 degrees of knee flexion, or sometimes even 135 degrees of knee flexion. Because to climb stairs we need 90 degrees of knee bending, and to climb downstairs we need 95 degrees of knee bending. And the single most important factor after knee replacement surgery is to gain stable and painless movement. It's not flexion which is the most important.
How much flexion is needed or expected for a Western lifestyle?
Flexion or knee bending for a majority of the Western lifestyle, 95 to 100 degree is enough, because as we discussed, for climbing upstairs we need around 90 degrees of knee bending, and climbing downstairs we need 95 degrees of knee bending. For unhindered walking, around 45 degrees of knee bending is enough. So minimum amount of flexion for a Western lifestyle would be 100 degrees, and for Indian lifestyle, to enable a person to sit cross-legged, the minimum amount of flexion would be 120 degrees.
What is rotating platform knee?
Well, rotating platform knee is a design which has come up, and that is improvement over the fixed bearing knee. Normally, the fixed bearing knee, the component, the polyethylene component is fixed to the tibial component. Now, in rotating platform knee, as we can see, the insert or the plastic or the polyethylene component can rotate. So, this is 1 degree of movement, and the other degree of movement is this. So, this creates a low contact stress knee. This creates a flexible knee. This creates a knee in which the stresses, internal stresses are less. This is also known as rotating platform or low contact stress knee.